Good evening, gentle being. I hope we are not disturbing your nightly rest. Please do not be frightened by our otherworldly appearance. Contrary to what you might believe, we have not come to instill fright within you. We are here to ask you a very, very simple question. Would you consider yourself a good and neighborly citizen? Well, I shall take your bewildered look as an answer in the affirmative, since this is of course more of a rhetorical question. Naturally, most of the local residents would consider themselves to be a good and honest citizen of this beautiful town, but not all of them are willing to take action when it comes to preserving our values and the peace of the community. This is precisely why we're here today. Unbeknownst to the majority of the town, there is a great injustice happening right in front of our eyes. No thank you kindly, but we do not wish to partake in the sweets you are offering. No, we certainly are not. Must I remind you that you don't even have a tongue? Besides, candies are bad for your teeth. My name is Melina, and this bony fellow to my left is called Fergus. As you may be able to tell, we do not count ourselves among the living, as both of us have met our separate ends in a most violent manner. I am aware that due to the time and date that we've chosen to visit you, you might be of the impression that we are the irregular mortals dressed up in very convincing costumes to elicit treats from unsuspecting citizens under the threat of having a practical joke played upon you. But rest assured, we are most certainly dead. Undead. To be precise. Obviously, this must come off as a shock to you, seeing as most folks these days do not believe in the existence of the supernatural, but as Fergus here will attest, ghosts, skeletons, zombies, and the like are very much a reality. At least, he would attest to it if he had vocal cords. Oh, please, go ahead and tell him yourself then. Oh, right. You can't. You know very well that I can't hold a clipboard. How dare you bring that up? Do you even know what that's like? To never be able to touch anything? Ever? Again? Try as I might, I can't even scratch my own... I'm very sorry, gentle being. Please accept my sincerest apologies, but this is certainly no laughing matter. And no, this is neither an elaborate joke, nor a theatrical play as you so put it. As a matter of fact, Fergus and myself have come before you this very day to ask you for your support in a most serious matter. Are you aware that tonight, on All Hallows Eve, the spirits and souls of those that passed away are able to walk the earth once more? Every year, on the same day, we and many others receive a chance to be perceived by and interact with the living, almost as if we were still part of this world. The many of us who are stuck on this side, so to speak, are also able to move freely for most of the month of October. Oh, I must ask you to refrain from such questions, as I am not allowed to reveal any more detail about the potential afterlife that might await you after passing. Trust me, this is one of the most important passages in our union contract. Also, it is highly dependent on the way you may have lived your life, as well as the circumstances that led to your inevitable passing. All you need to know is that Fergus and I are here tonight because of these special circumstances, as I am usually confined to a certain graveyard, and... Sorry, Fergus, I don't know where you spend your days. Very mature. Very mature. As expected, I was afraid that you might not be willing to believe us right away, so I asked for your permission for a little demonstration. Much obliged. Please remain completely still. Oh my, such colorful language! Though I suspect this is a more common way to express oneself these days, we certainly did not know any of these swears 300 years ago. As you so vividly described, I was able to reach my arm straight through you. I am told that this is also creating a sensation of excessive coldness within mortals. Do not be afraid, though. This is only temporary. Mayhaps you have also noticed the fact that I am actually floating a bit off the ground, and that I am slightly transparent. Now, do we need to prove ourselves any further? We don't. Wonderful. That makes things much easier for all of us. See, Fergus, they believe us. There is no need for further proof. Fine, I shall ask. Most gentle being, would you still be interested in a demonstration from Fergus? I had a feeling you were. All right, Fergus. You have your audience. Go ahead. Oh, I know how much you were waiting for a chance to show off your juggling skills. I just think it's a tad, never mind. The stage is yours, then. No, I can't hold the clipboard. How many times? But most gentle being, would you please be so kind as to hold the clipboard for him? Thank you. Go on now. All right, yes. Fergus says thank you for the applause. And yes, I believe it is quite the show to see a skeleton juggle with its own bones. I just wish he wouldn't finish by adding his skull into the mix. It seems a bit morbid, to be honest. Well, I believe we should turn back to the matter at hand. You see, those of us who are stuck in this mortal plane but are unable to interact with it, for the most part, highly enjoy the freedom that this month, and especially this day, provides for us. We are once again allowed to roam the town that we so love and cherish, as well as perceive the going-ons of its people. One particular fact about this day, however, threatens the very enjoyment of ours, and that is the way that Halloween, as it has come to be known, is being celebrated. For this reason, we have finally decided to take action. We have agreed almost unanimously to petition the mayor to implement a stricter regime for what is to be allowed on this special day, as well as regulations for inclusivity. Yes, as I said, most of us were in agreement to come forward and reveal ourselves to this town because we were so disturbed by the customs that have developed for this holiday. As you can see on this clipboard you are holding in your hands right now, we have 3 major issues to address. Firstly, a regulation on the overly excessive consumption of alcoholic beverages. As I'm sure you are aware, alcohol greatly inhibits your ability to make the right decision and may lead to inappropriate behavior, injury, and overall graphic displays of affection. Why, yes, it may be the case that the need to feel closer to your fellow mortals is inherent in most humans, but the way that this is embraced these days is just highly inappropriate in our eyes. Yes, Fergus, I know that you did not agree on this particular point, but you do agree that drinking too much is bad for you, don't you? You see, Fergus here was a fisherman a long time ago. He actually died because he was drinking pretty much all the time, and one particular night that he decided to go out to the sea whilst drunk. He only returned 7 years later to his wife, whom he had promised he would always return to, come hell or high water. And return he did, the way he looks now. Can you imagine the look on his wife's face? Well, yes, she was horrified that even like this, even after 7 years, he was still drunk. He made a right mess in her kitchen, and she eventually threw him out. Ever since he is forced to roam, you know what? This is going nowhere. Let us get back on track. Our second demand, a ban on overly promiscuous costumes. Now, I am aware that this seems a bit draconic, but please give me a chance to explain. Such costumes are prone to further encourage inappropriate behavior, and many of us realize that times have changed, but there are those among us who are very much disturbed by the way that we are displayed by those who choose to wear such things. I mean, you must have noticed yourself that every other costume is just a sexualized or sensualized version of an otherwise normal Halloween costume. And they are often so lazy as well. We used to enjoy seeing the different interpretations of what the living might think an actual ghost looks like, or a zombie, or even the Grim Reaper himself. Nowadays, it's just put on a bikini top, a mini skirt, and some cat ears and call it a day. Or perhaps, yeah, jelly smear shorts and no shirt. That's definitely a zombie. Fergus, I swear to God, if you don't stop it with the snarky remarks, I'm gonna... What? Oh shit, I mean, dang it. Yeah, you got me. I'm not an 18th century maiden. I was murdered in my Halloween costume some 30 years ago. Happy? I know I am. I can finally stop it with the, oh heavens me, and the, let's thou mayhaps partake in the crumpets kind of talk. Because it's embarrassing. I gotta wear this for the rest of my life. I mean, death? Whatever. Listen, this petition is serious, alright? Costumes these days are lazy as hell. We want to see some real creativity. If you're gonna make fun of us, at least, we really want to have some fun on Halloween too, you know? The others decided to send out a couple of us to get some signatures, and I guess they thought, hey, Merlina is pretty well spoken, but she can't actually hold the damn clipboard. Let's put her with this drunkard, and they'll get some for sure. You know I didn't mean it, Fergus. I'm just annoyed by all of this. Me calling you gentle being and all. Going door to door wasn't exactly how I planned to spend eternity, you know? And no one so far has been willing to even listen to us. What? You actually want to hear our third demand? Well, if you want. The third one is actually the one that is most important to me, personally, you know? We want to party too. We want some inclusiveness for the mortally inconvenienced, and we know it's gonna take a lot of time and work to get people to get used to us, but we can't help but miss the days we were alive, you know? So if the people of this town would be willing to give it a try, I think we could all enjoy each other's company. Thank you! It does sound nice, doesn't it? I might be too optimistic, but the one thing we have in abundance is, time. Well, I know that the first two on our list are likely not going to fit, your values, but would you still consider signing our petition? Which of them are actually implemented is still the mayor's decision after all. I mean, if he doesn't kick the bucket as soon as a bunch of undead storm into his office tomorrow. Okay. On what condition? Oh! You want us to stay for a Halloween party? Are you sure? Don't you think that's a bit, fast? Your friends don't know about us yet, after all, and we still have to get as many signatures as we can. Do you really think that your friends would sign the petition as well? Oh, I guess we have to join you then, don't we? And look, I'm already wearing my costume. What do you think, Fergus? Ugh, I can't believe you right now, you perverted drunk. Just be ready to juggle again. I know how much you love an audience. Well, I guess we're staying. You gonna invite us in or what? Oh, excellent.